Jesus just came and asked for because that's what he's asking for. Everything. If God asked for anything, for everything. I remember I shared with you a story. I've shared with you my testimony that when there was a time that I had to go and study abroad, sir. I had to go to Malaysia. And everything was done. But I remember making a prayer, and this prayer costed me my studying abroad. I was walking, these people that have come to my mom's place, they know that place where there are many trees. I was walking, it was in the night, and I was coming from church in Bodo. And I told God, I don't know how, I told God, my life is yours. Anywhere you ask me to go, I will go. And 2 weeks later, while everything was sorted, tuition was paid, I was talking to the dean of the university where I was going. It's called University Malaysia, Sarawak. And I was talking to the dean, everything was sorted. And my uncle, I was in our bedroom, and I hear my mom talking on phone, and my uncle was telling, and I heard them talking and talking and talking. I knew. So when he gave me the phone, my uncle told me, my uncle was in Australia, so he was connecting me. He told me everything was paid for. The tuition, I was going to travel first class, Emirates. And he told me on my accommodation, there was missing $100. How much is $100 in Uganda? 300,000. Satu muenda. Tuition. But I had paid the whole process of doing work, and I went to Kenya to the embassy, and I was finding favor before everyone. And the whole process, the paperwork, they had paid for the visa, everything, the tuition, everything had amounted to more than 20 million. But this man tells me 300,000. And because of that, I couldn't travel. The embassy called me. I had to travel. I got that phone call on a Saturday, and I had to travel. I had to go to Kenya on Sunday, and I was to board because I was supposed to go to use Jomo Kenyatta Airport, and I was supposed to leave on Monday. And by Thursday, I was supposed to be in class in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, one of the happiest cities in the world. But because when everything failed, on a Friday we had a fellowship with Soaked on a Friday, and this one remembers, I had bid them farewell. I told them next Friday I might not be with you because I was leaving. Mitwala Asatu. But the Lord reminds me, and he said, that prayer you made, I told him. And that sometimes I used to tell these guys that don't pray my prayers if you can't. Some of these I prayed them emotionally, but goodness. If I gave God my lifetime, He will take care of me. He will never ever let me down. I will give God my lifetime. We are going to just take a few minutes to pray. I'm going to ask the man of God shortly. But, beloved, a life hidden in God is a life gained. Trust me. I often encounter people older than me, and they tell me, common statement I always tell you, common statement people always tell me, those that are older than me, that I wish I knew God at your age. But how shameful it will be when I make 50 years, but God brings down my life and it was all about myself.